But this is what I mean by a volume swell. Hear the gain in volumes? Now, see, I use dynamics there. Now, if I can't do that without, here's what I just played without using the volume pedal. It's, as I've said many times, the steel guitar is a beautiful instrument, so that sounds beautiful, and you can get away with it. But it didn't say what I did before. See, I'm using the volume pedal there for expression, to make it pop. Now, I played a little bit for you to hear. When somebody solos my track in a record, they solo Lloyd Green, they solo Buddy Evans, it doesn't matter out of those players. Guess what their track's going to sound like? It's going to sound like that. It's going to emote. All this emotion. Pete Drake produced this thing on Linda Hargrove, but she wanted Pete on this song. And he walked in and played. And as good as I was, because I didn't have it down at that point, I was headed there. I mean, I was working as hard as I could, but it took a few years to get it all the way ingrained into my muscle memory. He went in and played, and it was just like, it was all of that stuff, and I was like this. So when, who are they going to hire? They're going to hire him. And I learned that lesson quick, and I always wanted to be a studio player. Now, I'm going to backtrack. Not everybody wants to be a studio player, but I'm making this point for a real specific reason. Whether you want to be a studio player or whatever, I have this sneaky insight that you all want to sound as good as all those guys that have played on these hit records. This is a beautiful instrument. We're talking about from Rusty Young, Sneaky Pete, all forward there, and J.D. Manis, all these guys, they knew how to use the volume pedal. And so that's what this is about. I'm going to teach you how I learned, and I really want to emphasize the need for it. Because if you just play an outline, which is the notes, you do something like that, you've got cool notes and it's great, but there's not much emotion in that. It's just cool. So, what I'm showing you is that my basic approach, there's no one size fits it all. But what I'm doing, I just wanted you to see the volume pedal. I'm trying to soften the notes. And this is why I say many times that nobody gets it perfect. I've never had a perfect volume pedal performance. I've had some good ones, but there's always like, I wish I'd have gotten that volume pedal so that note didn't pop too hard, or that I didn't choke that note off because I went too fast with like that. Man, Curly Chalker and Pete Drake might be the very best at doing that skill with the volume pedal, which is hitting it with it loud and then backing off. And that's like an organ player's trick, like a Jimmy Smith, or, the organ player does that to make those chords really pop out.